Vox, and Adagio. Yeah.
Yep, and Clue's picking up a Crystal Bit right off the bat. Raptor with that Swift Shooter. I would expect him to go Crystal Vox. Most people have been doing that this patch,
Yeah.
just because of the nerf on his first ability.
Yeah, and if Crystal Vox is able to get ahead, it's really hard to stop him.
Yeah,
Vertigo did win the skin game though, because they had
yeah.
yeah, Ringo and Adagio skins.
Oh, the
Uh,
people on the. Oh wait, no, on the other side. Okay, so Paragon Catherine and what's it called? Candy Torkoshka not being used in this game. However, we do have that Ringo Tier 3 looking great, Shogun Ringo, and Dark Parade Adagio #1, I think. Yeah.
so Vixen and
So,
Bayo setting up for a gank, and
yeah, Rick's actually being
there's
out traded.
a lot of
Vixen
hurt.
with the stutter
Raptor
stepping.
Raptor does
Wow,
go
okay.
down.
Gets the kill. Yomo getting the stun, Merciless Pursuit onto Vixen. Clues actually backing off. Agent of Wrath does go onto Vixen, but he's going to back off as well. Um, I think they saw that Rix was being out traded by Raptors, so they came up and rotated and kind of knocked him out there.
Yeah. So Rix is ahead on CS now.
Yeah. Um, so
Yeah, it was pretty interesting to see an early gank. Because since Ringo has a lot of early game DPS, they were able to finish that rotation very quickly, which allowed them to take out Raptor by getting up to lane.
exactly. And then yeah, they just finished the rotation a little bit earlier. Rix rotating down with his team to buy. Let's see what he picked up. Yeah, okay. So he picked up the Swift Shooter and the Crystal Bit. Obviously, hopefully going for Crystal. Um, Clues with the Okar and the double Crystal Bit. Probably going to build either a Fountain or a Crucible first. I've seen Fountain brushed on Koshka a lot with an Aftershock and Broken Myth. Really, really strong build as well. Um,
Yeah, and it does look like Beowulf will be starting off with a Fountain of Renewal.
yeah, this game, supposedly he doesn't think, or I don't know, maybe he just doesn't think that Koshka and Catherine Stun are as easily blockable as Adagios, which obviously is understandable. Um, but let's see what the support on the other team. Okay, so Catherine, we can't really see what Catherine's rushing at because she hasn't really started building those three tier 1 items for her tier 3 defense item, which I would believe she's rushing. Rick's
Yeah.
hopefully out for. Okay, so no. If he wants to outfarm, he's going to have to not overextend. Although he does have the scout trap in the enemy team's lane bush, which is really essential.
Yeah,
Koshka's
so he was
actually,
able to see Kaluz and Yomo right there,
yeah, and that's why they're just going to run back down.
forcing them to back off.
So Vixen looking to make something happen. Clue's actually getting the Achilles shot paired with the uh, twirling silver in on that Koshka. All right, they're going to back off. And
Yeah,
Clue's just
and
rotating back.
Raptor
Go
did
ahead.
rotate down with his team, which allowed Rix to farm because Vixen and Beowulf were able to hold their own against all of Team Shattered during that
Yeah.
small little skirmish.
We see both bottom camps are up at this moment. Looks like Vertigo finishing, which is rotating to their inside jungle to go ahead and take those. Checking on the boxes in lane. CS staying very, very familiar or similar rather.
Similar.
Familiar. Um so Rick's getting the heavy prism and the blazing salvo, which most likely will be alternating current merciless pursuit coming in onto Rick's. Just
A
gonna go
lot of
ahead and
damage on
fall back to
Yomo.
this. Yeah, for sure.
And
Wow.
that tension bow proc is doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, so Rick's just dealing those basic attacks, making sure he gets the resonance onto them before he uses Exonic Zoom, which is essential in this patch. And Vixen waiting. Okay, so he actually does use his tension bow proc and taking down Catherine, which he is going to be able to finish. Twirling Silver once again comes out, but Koshka is not close enough to finish off. She's at full health. Rick's waiting in his lane bush to hopefully stall out these minions. and he's going to go ahead and be able to finish these off pretty easily. Um,
Um, I find it really interesting that Yomo is starting with armor, which means she's probably gonna go for Alice Pauldron first. Uh, it's an item that she would need to build later on, but I don't really feel like it's too strong of an early game item.
or are we talking about Aftershock or Shatterglass?
Alice Pauldron.
Oh, Alice Paulchen. I heard that wrong. Um, yeah, I feel like were you talking about to stop Ringo or
Well, it's
to
Stop
stop her?
Ringo and Vox, because Vox does build attack speed.
Yeah, that's true. Vox's build actually changing this patch from last, or actually no, not last patch. Crystal Vox wasn't viable last patch. The patch before, people were using Eve of Harvest and then alternating current and then like Broken Myth or Shatterglass. But now they're tending to rush the alternating current because the bill or the Vox's power isn't really strong early game as it was a couple patches ago. It's more strong late game. Um, so they take advantage of
Looks like
that.
they're going for gold
Yeah,
mine,
they are going
and
for gold mine.
yeah, Vertigo secures it.
And Raps are getting caught up for some
And
reason, rotate down the other way. Clues having
yeah,
to
he
back
attempted to
off.
steal it,
Oh, gotcha.
and Yomo goes down. Does take out Beowulf with
Wow.
that scout trap,
But
but
Vixen gonna go
he
ahead and
will go
chase
down.
down. Yeah. So that tension bow, wow, doing a lot of work right now. Rick's clearing some of the lane. Vixen clearing the other part of the lane. They're gonna go ahead and take out this turret. Yeah, they have more than enough DPS.
I don't think it
But
was a
yeah,
very
that
smart decision for Raptor to try and steal the gold mine earlier, because that just ended up bad for him, and it's really hard to do so, especially when there's 3 against 1.
yeah, I kind of secured the fate of the team fight because it was instantly a 2v3 when he got caught out. Rick's going
Vixen's
in with a
very
wait
low, but
for
Rix
it.
does take him out. Yum
Yummy
Cannon
kind of
Frenzy
frenzy.
on Rix,
Yeah.
and Kaluz does take him out, and Yomo goes down. If Vixen can land his tension bow on Kaluz, he'll go down, but Kaluz is just gonna back off.
Yeah,
A
gonna
lot of Scout Trap damage on Vixen.
keep farming. Clues rushing that fountain like we were talking about before with the 2 crystal bits, as well as okay, so Raptor going with looks like a broken myth first. Interesting build. Either that or he's gonna go with an alternating current.
Yeah, I think he's probably gonna go alternating current first, and then build into a broken myth later on, because alternating current is very strong, and Rix is actually doing the same thing.
Yeah, Rick's built an
Um,
energy battery, maybe for his evil harvest later on, or maybe just to get that sustain, wait for a sustain pulls out when he needs to. But good scout trap
Scout
coverage
Trap.
we're seeing
Um,
from the enemy team. Actually, for Shattered has one right under the shop, which is kind of interesting. But Vertigo very
Raptor rotated down.
controlling. Yeah, Rick still open lane with a
And there was
75
a minion
CA.
candy on Goldmine, so there's pretty much a 3v3 with
Yeah,
Goldmine.
so Versa Judgment comes out from
Beowulf does
Beowulf.
stun all of them,
Yep.
and Goldmine was activated.
Okay.
Hellfire Brew on
Oh,
Kaluz. Vixen's gonna chase them, take out Yomo, and through the wall hits Kaluz. That wait for it, and Kaluz does look like he's gonna be able to get out. It's really interesting to see that the early infusions that were here, because like they've been infusing since 5 minutes in, and well, Vertigo at least, and that really allowed them to get ahead early. But let's see how it translates into mid to late game.
yeah, for sure. Infusions are effective late game. A lot of people decide to do that instead of finishing out maybe their tier 3 item or building, up to the tier 2s. But kills Rick's rotating back into lane and clues coming up to finish out this lane. Okay, so we're going to see that happen there. Yomo rotating back into the try. There's actually a scout trap right there, which she's going to go ahead and pop. She sees it with her own. So all members of Vertigo right now in the lane, whereas their jungle, their gold miner is still vulnerable, although they are going to rotate down now. Possible 2v3, although Raptor, okay, so Raptor's still farming, maybe unaware of the possible situation. Looks
And
like they
minion candy on Gold Mine.
Yeah,
So they're just gonna hug that area, try and force if there is a fight by
Rick's
Goldmine.
going with
But Shattered is going for the turret, and Vertigo is just gonna try and chase them down.
yeah, Rick's going with the
Yeah,
broken myth early because he wanted to get that early crystal damage. Hopefully, maybe he'll build the attack speed, the alternating current after because you do need attack speed on box if you're going to be able to put out enough.
3v2. Raptor goes down. That wait for it hits both of them, and Kaluz and Yomo are both bursted down.
Yeah, that he Rick's let that broken myth stack up possibly to 4 or 5 stacks, and then he used that breaking or the
Goes
the
up to
breaking point.
3.
He used the wait for it. Oh, it does.
Yeah, Broken Myth
Oh,
only stacks to 3.
oh okay.
Yeah, it
Um.
used to go up to 4. I mean 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. So he uses that, but yeah, max stacks, and then he's going to be able to just do a lot more damage with the resonance bounces.
Rix
So
got
another team fight
bursted down
happening.
there. Vixen's very
Vixen,
low. Kaluz takes him out. Beowulf running away. And it looks like he's not going to be able to get out of there.
no, he's not.
Yeah, and that'll be the first ace of both games for Shattered.
Yep, looks
And
like they're going to go ahead and use that advantage to take a gold mine. And Raptor looking to take
take
this
out
turret down.
turret. And it looks like he's going to be successful in doing so.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage built up. Hopefully, he'll be able to rotate down with his team. Take these bottom minions. Only 29 gold per one, but they do get worth more the longer they sit there. So Vixen getting those back, 78 per pop. Not too bad. What's this middle one? 32. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So it always seems that backside jungle is always worth the most with the double minions. Um,
Yeah. So Rix, he went for his Broken Myth, then Eve of Harvest, instead of alternating current, which Raptor did, which is more of the meta right now. Yeah, however, working out so far.
yeah, a lot of people tend to do an Eve of Harvest second, but it's personal preference whether you do it second or third. A lot of people like rushing that Broken Myth just to get that damage on, but sometimes you need that sustain when you're diving into team fights with your ultimate. So I sometimes prefer going with
Yeah.
the Eve of Harvest. So Versa Judgment coming out, Yummy Kind of Frenzy onto Vixen. He's going to drop.
Vixen,
Actually, no. Wait for it comes out.
wow,
Vixen's going to get away. And Rick's actually being able to out trade.
he's
Clues is going to go
doing a
down.
lot
Vixen
of
coming
damage.
back in. Wow, and a counter. Okay, so exactly opposite
Yeah,
of what we thought. Vixen backed out at
they
the
lined up
exact.
perfectly for Rix. His wait for it hit all 3 of them, and he was just able to burst them down. And that was a really clutch. What do you call it? It was a really clutch fountain by Beowulf, which barely saved Vixen's life.
Yeah, it's always impressive how he knew how to back out at that exact time and then come back in to help his team finish it off. I'm sure they would have been able to even if he didn't, but very good choice there. Bayo looking to build that Crucible. Yomo, interestingly enough, rushing that Atlas was her first item on that Catherine, and Vixen with the early Aegis. Actually, I'm not
And
sure when he got that.
Candy on the
Yep.
gold mine. So if there is a fight right now in the gold mine pit,
Yeah, Yomo looking to
yeah, they're
start
gonna
that
go for
up.
it. Rix is
Rix,
gonna
maybe
try
a
and
wait
defend
for it
it,
come in. Okay, so no wait for it coming in. He might be able to 1v3 this if he
and
places it
that wait for it
right.
only hits Yomo, and he gets
Okay,
completely bursted out. But so does Raptor, and Clues will go down. Yomo's the last one left. He's gonna try and hurt them by gold mine, and
ouch.
he gets bursted down by that Hellfire Brew.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out from Ringa. All right, let's go ahead and head up to lane here, where Bayo and Vixen are making their way over. It doesn't look like they're going to push because they know that by the time they get over there, death timers are still low. They're not going to be able to, take any turrets before the enemy team gets back. And Rix is still at base, so Rix 1v3. Um, yeah, so Vixen just stealing a little bit more farm off of the enemy team. actually taking almost all of that camp. I think they took all of one except for the top one there.
And the Kraken did spawn now. Last game was finished before the Kraken did. It's interesting to see the Raptor didn't build any defense while Rix is only starting his now. Uh,
Right.
because
I think he's relying on his Eve of Harvest to really get that lifesteal going when he uses his ultimate. So
yeah, but he
Vixen,
hasn't built it yet. So
oh Rix or Raptor?
the Raptor he
Oh,
doesn't have
okay.
any defense.
Yeah, I think Rix he wanted to finish that broken myth, but Rix is just really far ahead. He has all his tier 3 crystal items plus the oak heart.
Yeah,
Although Raptor does have 1,000 gold to spend, so he's not really getting a chance to shop because Vertigo is
Vertigo did
dominating
force
that
them
bottom
out.
side. Yeah. So looking for a way
Verse of
forward. Yummy kind of
Judgment
Frenzy
does
goes
land on
in
all of
onto
them.
Vixen and
And
Rixen,
Vixen
hopefully
is
being able
a
to.
lot of hurt.
Yeah,
And Hellfire Brood
go
does go
ahead.
in on Raptor, bursts him down. Yomo does get killed as well. And it looks like they're going to go for Kraken.
Yeah, they're going for Kraken. Rix, maybe. Oh, okay. No, they're just gonna
Yeah,
go
so
finish
Rix
the
is going to
game.
be able to
Rix.
solo it.
Wow, yeah, lots
I'm
of
not sure.
damage. No,
If
he'll
they're
be
going
able to
to be able
solo
to.
it.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to, how much they're going to be able to do before they. And yeah, they took out both turrets.
Yeah, they can finish. The Kraken will finish.
Yeah.
I mean,
As long as they stick
they'll
with it,
they'll
they have this game secured.
yeah they'll push with it.
Unless they make a dumb mistake. A lot of hurt on Kalu's. And Raptor completely bursted down by Vixen, who's very low right now.
Yeah, Vixen really low. Gonna get that gift of fire in
Backwards, wait
on or
for it.
in from
And
Adagio.
it looks like that will be game for Vertigo. They won both games. Yeah, before Kraken
Yep.
arrived.
6 to
They got an
23.
early